This is a formal presentation.
Energy drinks.
I can't function without them. Alright, what's up you guys? If you saw our last video, you're probably aware of the whole situation going on with the PS5. So we're going to give you the rundown and some updates on that situation, as well as some other things that we're seeing in the news right now. But before we get into that, I just wanted to go over what games are we playing right now. So what have been keeping you occupied?
I'm addicted to Risk of Rain 2 again. I go in and out with, I play it for a really, really long time and then get burnt out on it. It's been about 5 months since the first paid DLC expansion, Survivors of the Void, came out.
Yeah, we've done 2 of them?
Two of them, and our resident music creator, my cousin, the Bronze Zeal. Check that page out.
Yeah, that and Multiverses is pretty much
Multiverses, yes.
Yeah. Multiverses surprised the absolute hell out of me.
I'm keeping my toes wet and keep playing it here and there. When Stripe finally drops and we get Gremlins content in it, then all bets are off.
Yeah,
I will be playing it a ton.
It's all over for me. Once new Gremlins content drops, it's done.
That's pretty much
where my
probably
life
all
is.
we're going to be streaming, playing here at the studio on our downtime.
So you better not get sick of it.
Morty just dropped last week, and the way things are going, it's looking like we might get a character every 2 weeks, something like that. So we're going to get content pretty frequently with this. So
That's
keep
fantastic.
people interested and keep people playing. I know I will be. But
yeah, absolutely.
Quick little editor's note here. As I was editing this segment of the video, Adam sent me this. So time to get excited.
I've been playing lately. I've been playing a lot of Valorant, as I always do. I've sort of sunken back into my competitive multiplayer game phase, just because me and all my friends play it, and we go bonkers on it. It's so much fun. I hate it. You know that meme that's like Saul Goodman like walking into like the Joker suit, and it says me going to play a game for my mental health that makes me unreasonably angry?
Yeah.
That's me with Valorant. But other than that, I've been playing a lot of Control.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did mention that to me.
Yeah, that game was on my radar when it dropped. I was like, this looks really interesting. But also like 60, 70 bucks for a game I know nothing about is, so I waited. And I heard it was great, and I just never got around to it until now. Finally brought my PS4 to my apartment. It had been sitting at my parents' house forever, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get another game to sort of get me back into the groove of sitting down and starting up a console every night. And it sucked me in, man. I played about 3 hours yesterday and about 4 hours the day before.
Nice.
And it's just so cool. It's all SCP inspired.
You're playing about as much as I'm streaming recently.
Yeah. It's like, it's all inspired by the SCP stuff, and it's like the Federal Bureau of Control. It's all paranormal, and it's just so cool. The aesthetic is beautiful. The direction's amazing, and I've been having a blast with it. So if you haven't checked out Control, you should definitely do that. And it's really, really slick. It's really fun.
You should look into Lobotomy Corporation next.
Okay.
That one's incredible.
I'll play it if you play Control.
Now I'm second guessing myself that it's actually called Lobotomy Corporation.
I'm gonna keep this in and make you look like a dumbass.
Do it, go for it. I'd rather be right.
It's been a long time since a console game has sucked me in like this.
Yeah.
The last time this happened was probably Link to the Past. Like Symphony of the Night was sucking me in, but like school came up and all this stuff was going on, and it was just, I just couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
And I really hope that doesn't happen with Control. I really want to finish this out.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. There's just so much going on right now, but...
Oh yeah, when you work in a game store, you have no time to play games.
Nope.
So I've got a list of topics here today, and the first thing up on our list is the PS5 price increase. So we did a video on that just the other day, and it's still... Yeah, so this puppy's going up quite a bit. It's like 15% in Japan. Sony's sort of been quoting that it's, you know, yen is at a low point right now, so they're bringing it up a lot there. And another interesting point I saw, I think I saw it on Spawnwave, he was saying that despite this price increase not really applying to the US market, it is. Because the US dollar is at high right now. It was worth like $1 and a few cents like a month or two ago. And because of just this crazy inflation we've been seeing, we are paying more for that PS5.
Yeah.
It's just built into our dollar. So it's interesting to see that. And we also had someone comment on our last video saying it wasn't even available in Denmark yet.
Yep.
So that he hasn't even been able to, hasn't even
I
had
know
a chance
a lot
to
of
pick it
people
up.
haven't even had a chance to just like, I know.
We got lucky with this one here. We just found some guy selling it on Facebook Marketplace for like
MSRP,
50 above
was it?
retail or something. He was like,
much.
I just didn't really like it, whatever.
Yeah, which I mean, I've had no interest in this console generation at all. So like, I'm like, I don't know if I'm in the minority on that.
What's weird to me was when I was looking into more PS4 games to get, is I was running into a lot of games that, were PS5 upgrade included, and, they were also on PS5 and stuff. And I was going to some GameStops, I went to some half-price books, I was also at Target, and I was looking at the games on price charting, because I was like, man, if the games come into the store, then, like, I can get them there, support the store, and also get a better deal. But they're selling a lot of these games, like, over what they're going for on the secondary market, which makes sense if they're sealed and new, whatever. But what was interesting to me is that all the PS5 versions are cheaper than the PS4 versions. I was looking at Miles Morales like that. It's just because there's so many copies of those games out there and no consoles. So they're sitting on the shelf. And that's something we see a lot at Nostalgic, is all the new games that come out, they'll be $60 for 3 months, and then we'll just have a massive wave of people selling them to us.
Yeah, that's all AAA stuff. They drop it. Well, I'm surprised we have as many PS5 games at the store as we do right now. I mean, it's a stack like that. Like, I thought it would be way, way into the future until we actually started seeing any. But yeah, we get so many traded in, and then maybe we've sold a few of them because just nobody has a PS5.
I thought that was really interesting, and I'm interested to see how this affects PS5 sales in other countries and in our country. Because sales are, despite seeming like they're not good, they're like, everyone that gets out to retail sells. It's just they can't get them out there. And I don't think pricing it out is...
You've angered the Sony gods.
Dropping in Nathan Drake.
It's Donut Drake. They dropped him.
Drake?
Hashtag bring back Donut Drake.
Drake, the kind of guy who... Drake in multiverses? Okay, back to the point. In that last video, we talked about how Microsoft came out and said, we've got no intention of raising the price of Xbox One or Xbox Series X. It's staying where it is. Which
total Sigma move
is really smart, because you have your direct competitor do something kind of stupid. It's like having an older sibling. You see them do something stupid, you're not gonna do it, and you're gonna say, we're cooler than them. So Xbox just said, hey, yo, I don't know what Sony's doing, but y'all should stick with us because we care about you. And even if they really don't, that's what the PR feels like. And Nintendo has kind of just recently done the same thing. It was the 82nd annual shareholders meeting, and someone asked, do you have any plans to raise the price of the Nintendo Switch, just sort of in response to the increase of the PS5? And I forget who it was, I'll put it up on the screen, but they said, as of right now, we have no plans. We're always monitoring the economic market and seeing, what our procurement costs will be, and making sure we are making things at an affordable, profit margin. In the end, the actual going price, the actual sales price of the consoles is determined by retailers. They put on an MSRP, and that's exactly what it is. Manufacturers suggested retail. So far, Nintendo's got no plans, but they already kind of did it. We had the Switch OLED. But that's the way to do it, is to take something and release a moderately improved version. The OLED can't be that much more expensive to produce than a normal Switch. It's just a slightly different dock and a different screen. And the actual, guts of that thing's the same, whatever. It's a Switch, it plays the same games. But it is a market improvement over the original version. And they charge, was it $50, $100 more?
That sounds right.
So I think that's the better way to go about things. I mean, Nintendo's been doing that forever with all their DS models and stuff. And, we had the NES top loader and everything, but those were cheaper versions. So it's just a weird time, because nothing's ever done this before. 2 years into a console generation's life, increase the price like this and come out and say, hey, this shit's expensive to make, we're gonna have to charge more for it. It's just sort of unprecedented times we live in. I know we're all sick of hearing that, but so what's your whole takeaway from this? Is there any sort of...
I briefly mentioned it earlier. It's just it doesn't really affect me. I have had no interest in the newest Xbox. I've got my Switch. I like it. Anything else, I've started to make the shift to play stuff on PC. And with all their exclusives going to PC now, it's like
Spider-Man on PC is the best version of the game. The modders and everything, the ray tracing, it is beautiful. Yeah, but so why even? It was the same thing with Xbox when Halo Infinite, when they announced it was going to be on PC. I was like, why even bother? Because I was this close to getting an Xbox Series X for Infinite. Because everything I was seeing looked so promising. And in the end, I do really love that game. And I think it gets more flack than it should. It's like, oh, their skins are so expensive. And I'm used to Valorant where like a knife skin's like $40. I'm like, their skins are dirt cheap. It's like $5 for like 6 things.
But yeah, because it's like I'm waiting. So yeah, like you said, if it's actually going to affect sales, how Sony's going to react, because like there's so many things that they're trying to weasel their way in that are so anti-consumer, and until we can get, because like I like stuff like the Evercade, I'm ready to see the Titans fall and then new people come in and take their place in one way or another.
Ironic.
I've said this before in the past. There's got to be a way, like a Raspberry Pi, a whole computer that's the size of a credit card. If you just put that in an N64 sized cartridge, you could fit any PS5 game or anything. You probably fit it all on that, and then make it to where there's no, like, I don't know.
Game ain't gonna be taken away from you.
Maybe I'm just stupid.
I talked about that in the other video I filmed today on the Atari VCS. That video is coming up here soon, so stay tuned for that. But that was marketed as an all-in-one, put this in your living room, you stream and you game and you got a mini PC. You've got all of that on this one thing. And really the Atari VCS is just like, it's just a Raspberry Pi mini PC. There's really nothing more to it than that. And I think they kind of bungled it in delivery and marketing, but just that concept is solid. That is what consoles should be. And they're just, I don't know.
Because I love the Switch. Like there's so, it makes playing stuff on it an actual more of an experience than just playing the game, playing it on a Switch. Where it's just like, oh, I want to go in the next room and play it, and then boom, you're doing it.
Because that was the thing when Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga came out. I was like, hey, we're gonna get it on PC, but then they said like there was only local co-op. There wasn't gonna be online co-op. I think there was Steam Remote Play, but I don't know if that's still a thing or whatever. But my buddy was like, I'm just gonna get it on the Switch, and I was always like, man, why would you get it on the Switch? It's gonna be a clear decrease in quality to work on the Switch, but playing it on the Switch, that's the draw.
The PlayStation and Microsoft, I'm just like, I couldn't be less interested if you paid me at what they're doing anymore. It's just like, I want to see what the new guy, I want to see pop-up stuff like Evercade and like what Hyperkin's doing with the potential Dreamcast 2. I see you keep teasing and trying to gauge interest in a Dreamcast 2. We hear it. We see like
all I need is Dreamcast 2 with Caution Seaman 2 and Sega Bass Fishing 2. It's gonna be like the N64, but instead of 64 at the end of every title, it'll just be 2. Yeah.
But Dreamcast 2 probably not gonna happen. I know they keep someone on their social media pages keeps saying they want to do a Dreamcast 2.
It's either they're really, really cool and really funny, or there's
actually something.
The best jokes have basis in truth. I hope to God this is a good joke. It better be.
But yeah, no, I'm more excited to see new stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Than because like with Evercade, how they're going back to cartridges. The Switch went back to cartridges, even though they have some of the caveats of you still got to install half your game after you put the thing in the system and all that crap that I hate with modern gaming. Something could happen and they could there's already been so much of that. Lost Planet 2 got completely taken off the store and stuff, because there was games for Windows Live or something whenever it got put on Steam, and like now it's inaccessible, you can't play it even if you own the game. So it's like stuff like that, and it's I hate that kind of stuff.
See, when I first applied at Nostalgic and I came in for my interview, you and Mike took me in the back room and sat me down, and the first question was, so you're playing at a game store, what consoles do you play on? I was like, I got all the classics, I've got all my Nintendo consoles and stuff, and I play a ton of it. I got my PS4 and whatnot, but I do most of my hardcore gaming on PC. And both of you, like, gagged.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah, I thought I bungled it. I thought that was it. I was like, sorry, thank you for your time. I'll get out of your hair. But they were like, okay, this guy's not good for the store. We'll let him do the toy stuff. Yeah. And then y'all found out I did video stuff, so that here I am, toiling away in my video cave. Yeah, I'm really a supporter of PC gaming. It's a whole lot easier to get your money to who you want it to. Yeah. Now, there's no indie market like there is on PC. No. There's no, like, Switch has so much indie content right now, and will never match Steam. My buddy's game just got put on Steam.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Cryptid Coffee House by Nukes.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out.
I remember you telling me about that.
I helped inspire that story. It's about a hot Mothman and falling in love with Mothman. It's, like, the art is awesome. Nukes is fantastic, and the game is so cool. It's like a visual novel. It's fantastic. It's like $10 on Steam. Go buy it. But yeah, that's about it on the PS5. Yeah, we'll keep updating because that's still a molten ball of mutating mucus. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. And I'm sure it'll explode 3, 4, 5 more times in the next few days. But my next topic is... You gotta tell me before you do that.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to sneak it in while you were talking.
You can still see that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've done it like 2 other times.
Yeah, I know, I noticed. Second topic I've got here is the rumored EA acquisition by Amazon. This was wild. Yeah. And you didn't hear about this. You hadn't heard about this.
I didn't.
So it was like at 7 a.m. someone like tweeted out, and there was a few articles about it, said, today Amazon is going to announce that they're buying EA. And EA's stocks went way up. EA is interesting.
And who said this?
Just like 3 hours after that, CNBC came out, because I think it was like cited by them, posted on their website, something, and they said this article's been taken down. This was all baloney. It didn't live up to our CNBC standards of vetting our sources and everything. So it was interesting. So I mean, it definitely could have had a grain of truth to it. Maybe. They were going to, and they saw that, and they were like, or maybe they were talking about it. Maybe there was something going on there. But in the end, I mean, we know Amazon's trying to get into the game market. We have Prime Gaming right now, and that's interesting. They also did, what was that, New World? That kind of went nowhere. Yeah. But I wouldn't put it past Amazon to just buy another company and start making money off the games they make. And EA would be a smart one, because they don't have, like, it's not like they own the rights, but they have contracts with, the NFL and everything. Yep. We have EA Sports, and they're not exclusive to them anymore, but they had the exclusive rights to Star Wars games, which would have been huge, but also, I don't know if Disney would have allowed rival mega corporation Amazon to touch their stuff. Yeah. So that would have been really interesting, and it sort of caused mass mayhem for a hot second. But then, the time came and nothing was announced. And so, for now, EA is still EA. It is not.
Yeah, no, I hope it doesn't happen. It's bad enough, like, having, your console wars and different stuff like that, but that they've already tried to, and we see this with streaming movies and TV shows where it's, you got to have 50 different subscription services to watch what you want. And I don't want gaming to become that at all. I want Steam to be the monopoly. Just have I don't care at this point. Just have everything be on Steam. Yeah. And then you can have all of your stuff in one place, and you can get to it in one place. I don't need Origin and
like a Steam Deck Switch. Yeah. That's like a console that we can just play everything on. It's like, we had that with movie theaters back in the day. Movie theaters weren't allowed, Hollywood production companies weren't allowed to own movie theaters, because then they would only show their movies in their movie theaters and make all the money from it. And that's stupid. Yep. And, back in the 20s and 30s, when we were all laissez-faire, that was like, hey, yo, that's monopoly. Yeah. Because I already kind of feel that with a lot of Sony stuff. Because I bought a PS4 to play Spider-Man. Because I was like, I hate this tactic. I hate that they're doing it. I hate that, they've got to make it a PS4 exclusive, but I am not missing out on this. And I'm glad I did, because, I mean, I've got some great games out of it, and I do like my PS4. It was okay. It's not, you know, my favorite console of all time.
I think it was a step down from the PS3.
I never really got down with the PS3. Everything was a step down from the PS2.
In terms of what they wanted it to be, because they wanted the PS2 to be an all-in-one multimedia center, where you could just, any digital movies you own, any music, same with the PSP, it was so consumer-friendly. Stuff, yeah. It was so consumer-friendly that you
totally
could take any files that you wanted, you could throw on that thing, watch them, use them, play them, do whatever you want.
That original model has like 6 SD slots and stuff.
You can put whatever you wanted on the things. That's why we get so many PSPs traded in with all over them.
Yeah.
I had to cut that.
Yeah, probably. I'll bleep it, and people can guess what you said. With the start of the PS3 was really smart there, with the full backwards compatibility, and we can tell that's what people want with how expensive those original fat models are. They're like $350, $400. People will pay more than that. I don't think they're worth that, but that's what people are willing to pay for them. It's crazy.
Yep,
and that was the original model that has the least amount of troubleshooting done to it. It is the objectively the worst running version of the console, but it'll still sell for that much just because you can play all of your games on it. And companies like Sony just won't do that anymore. And Xbox getting, again,
Xbox is getting better at it.
They're being consumer friendly. They are saying, hey, we are here to put the games in the gamers' hands. You can play your original Xbox games, your Xbox 360 games, and Xbox One games on your Series X.
Asterisk, to a point.
Yes, some of them. Which is how it worked with the 360 and stuff. And that is better than none.
Yep.
I will agree that is better than none. No, it's not how I want it to be done, but I will swallow that pill because compromise is the name of the game.
Yep.
But with Sony, it's like, why would I buy a PS5 when all I get are these, you know, halfway decent, watery AAA titles that are worth nothing, and I don't have anything else to do on it. Like, what am I going to do? Like, watch Netflix?
Yeah.
I already canceled my Netflix subscription. I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, so the last thing I had to talk about today was the KOTOR remake. So, a while ago it was reported that Knights of the Old Republic remake was dead in the water. Aspyr had their like lead art director and one of their like game directors were just booted with no explanation, no warning or anything. And they came out on Twitter and said, I'm kind of in shock. Didn't see this coming. Didn't know it was going to happen. Don't know why it happened. Guess we'll see what happens here. So that really sucks for them. And Aspyr, they're the ones who've been doing all the remasters and re-releases of classic Star Wars games. They haven't really
have been okay.
Like, they've been fine. Like, I am glad that they're just keeping the same game and just putting it out on new consoles. They're just, you know, upping the resolution of textures and making it run on new consoles. They aren't going through any Final Fantasy VII remake bullshit where we get half the game, if that, and everything's different. We are getting those games in their true form as they were intended. And
for the most part.
For the most part. The KOTOR remake is supposed to be a grounds up remake. A total redesign with a more action-focused gameplay, which I love that old sort of BioWare, that
almost MMO style combat. No.
The real-time turn-based stuff. I love that. And I love KOTOR to absolute pieces. But I also think that is a smart move to make it more accessible to modern players and more casual fans. Because if there's one thing of Star Wars I want people to get into more, besides Clone Wars, is KOTOR.
Yeah.
And just, I want it to be able to be experienced by as many people as possible in its true form. And if that means a little gameplay tweaking, that's fine. I hope the story stays the same. Probably won't. It won't. But whatever. It was dead in the water. Production had been halted. New management was brought in, and it was like, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. We got the re-release on Switch, and we got like the limited run stuff of just the original game being re-released like they'd done with everything else. So I was like, okay, this sucks, but we also might have dodged a bullet. it has been announced that it is back on. But
I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
But it has been outsourced to another developer.
Hello, Editor Joey here again. I didn't say in this video, but that other developer is actually Saber Interactive. They recently put out the new Evil Dead game, and they've done some other cool stuff in the past, so I'm a little intrigued to see what they do here. So just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of who's actually handling this game now.
Okay.
Because, essentially citing that Aspyr was not up to the task, which I don't think they were. This would have been their first development of a game ground up. All they've done is
first
go into
major undertaking.
And to do that with KOTOR, that would have been sketch.
Yeah.
But I was still excited because they hadn't really disappointed me yet. So they essentially are being brought in to lay the groundwork and work on this game. And they said it should still be ready by 2023, by the original deadline, which is probably going to lead to quite a bit of heavy crunch, which I would rather them just take their time and make this game how they want it to, and make this game how it deserves to be made.
Yeah.
And man, it's interesting, and it's such a weird spot to be in, because we've already played this game.
Yeah.
But it's going to be different, but also it couldn't. But also, every time I think of new Star Wars content...
I was happy when I heard that the remake got canceled. Death to remakes.
I think there is merit sometimes, in very certain circumstances. I think Conker's Bad Fur Day would have been good, but it got bungled.
Yeah.
The Live and Reloaded or whatever.
So that's the case with most of them.
Yeah, they get bungled.
There's one instance, the original Resident Evil remake.
Yeah.
On GameCube. Fantastic. But
that's the definitive version of that game.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Capcom's doing.
Yeah. The video games has become Hollywood, where they're just shitting out pointless remake and reboot, soulless, heartless, one after another in order to milk the franchise. And that's all it's kind of becoming. So throw it out the window.
Look, give me Spanky's Quest Remastered and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Look, then we can talk about it, okay? Because that would get me riled up, man.
Yeah.
That would get me excited. That would get me day one camping out in front of the GameStop. Yeah. That would be me ordering the limited run special edition $900 live, comes with a life-size, real-life Spanky Monkey.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother story. Yeah. But yeah, it's a weird time to be in the community. It's a weird time to own a retro game store. Really weird time. We love it, and we love games, and we love getting physical games into people's hands.
Yep.
So
that's why I do it.
Yeah, there's tons of cool stuff coming out, and we've got Retro Fighters making some of the best controllers I've ever played with, and
we're getting new games for old systems.
Yeah.
I just love what we've been able to do with nostalgic. So.
Despite the uncertainty of the industry and sort of where it's going and what is going to happen, the community is flourishing, and the games we are getting and the amount of product and the quality of product that we are getting is unprecedented. I'm jaded, but I also feel privileged. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm just kind of rocking and rolling. Let us know you like these type of round table discussions, because we really like doing them, and we've got a lot planned for other ones we want to do.
We've got more content like this planned for the future.
Yeah, because I've noticed for this whole episode, there's just so much pent up talkative energy that we've gone on.
Yeah, all I want to do is just grab you by the throat and tell you to shut the fuck up. I'm kind of getting kill vibes.
No,
you always give off kill vibes. You're like a barbarian.
I'm chilling, listening.
No, it's
because we want to do podcasts and types of stuff. So yeah, if you like these, you know how to show your support, and we appreciate every single bit of it. It is great.
Yeah, it's great that we're able to do this. If you liked it, leave a comment. Let us know if there's what you think of all these situations and all these headlines that are coming out. Just let us know in the comments. Leave us a like, and if you're down there, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can always see all the new content we pump out. In the description, we have the link to our Redbubble store. That is the only way to directly support this channel, and all that money goes right back into making content for you guys. So check that out if you haven't already. We got shirts, stickers,
Cool stuff.
posters, coffee mugs, dog bandanas, mouse pads, wall flags. I think got shower curtains.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Everything. Definitely let us know if you want us to take a sledgehammer to this PS5.
500 subscriber special.
Asterisk, no, we're not doing that.
Oh.
No.
Please.